Man, another day in 2020. June just arrived, but now, after what we've been through for the first 5 months, it's all coming down to the worst. What do you mean by worst, Taylor? And why does it matter to you? We all protesting for Black Lives Matter after a incident that took place, causing a man named George Floyd to end up dead. I mean, corrupt police brutality is too much to handle. Living in a racist society is too much to handle. So why is it like the hardest thing to follow, hardest thing to adjust? Because in America we had to deal with such issues, controversial issues like greed. We all greedy. We want that money, 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 money. Other times we get out of line because of jealousy. And I think that's where racism starts to build in. I think that's where racism has been involved from. But when it comes to dealing with black lives getting killed by police for wrong reasons, and of course the justice system is not provided enough, it's kind of like dealing with being inside a somewhat TV show. For example, Viola Davis's How to Get Away with Murder. And that's like starring the police officers. But what about us? How to get away scot-free. How to survive. Something like this is starting to make a lot of people mad. Not just black folks in common, but everybody who's sick and tired of dealing with racism ever since the Africans in the 1700s, well, 16 to 1700s. 400 years from slavery to present slavery, dealing with racism still matters. Racism still matters, and so is standing out. A couple people decide to protest. Now, did it get worse? Yes. It's kind of like when you think about the riots, like the protest that later becomes riots and the looting. It's like we're going back to 1992, the year of the Rodney King South Central LA riots. Back when NWA was coming to an end. Back when Tupac was taking over the rap game, the gangster rap persona. But what's funny, 2 years ago, before the South Central LA riots, and I'm going to tell you like this. You can take the word right now for the officials that changed the city name to South Los Angeles. You can take the word Central out the city's name, but you can't take the words South Central LA out of my mouth. I'm not only talking to the officials, I'm talking to everybody from South Central Los Angeles to Minneapolis, Minnesota, where the whole shebang just begun. America's worst nightmare, America's Most Wanted Part 2 just begun. And it takes more than Ice Cube to get involved. Because I imagine Ice Cube coming up with a sequel to it. As in, 30 years later, more damages, more damnation, more evil in this world. But let's just say that his son, actor and rapper O'Shea Jackson Jr. decided to join along. because like father, like son, you gotta be outspoken. And right now, oh, earlier I said 2 years before the riots over corrupt cops beating up Rodney King. Before the can we all just get along? We sung songs, we sung rap songs. We got together, rappers got together to make a song called "We're All in the Same Gang." But meanwhile, in the East Coast, they made self-destruction. You're heading for self-destruction. And right now, as you can tell, we don't give a dang. That is the main reason why everything on planet Earth is going downhill. We don't give a dang about much. And not having enough God, that was one good reason why everybody is falling downhill. That's where a lot of bigotry takes place and a lot of animosity towards one race because they're trying to provide and another race is jealous of it. I think we are going way too far. And yet, as much as I hate to think about it, it's kind of like the next thing that happens, the next thing that would matter to some people is that some people say this. We are all this stuff that we doing, we just probably doing this on purpose. Purpose for what? To make God come to his senses in the angriest way and say, you know what? I had enough. It's time to end this world. Oh, he ended the world twice. First time he had to drown everybody that was not faithful to him except for Noah. He warned Noah to make an ark. Rain. Everybody's drowning. 40 days and 40 nights. Noah and his family was in the ark until the sun started to shine again. The land got peaceful. Next time this happened, Sodom and Gomorrah. A lot of people doing their thing, just chilling, just doing the nasty stuff, doing everything that they want to do. And as Biggie would put it in 1992, party and bull crap and party. Well, let's say they really did do that. And what did happen? God warned Lot that it's time to pack up and get up out of here, out of these two little cities. So he, Lot, and his family followed God's commands. While Sodom and Gomorrah was burned up. Boom! But unfortunately, Lot's wife, she turned back, knowing she made the biggest mistake when God said, do not look back. Boom! Pillar of salt. Remember Lot's wife. And when you think, and some of you people will be like, wait, remember Lot's wife? Wasn't that the thing that led all black folks to say their name? Emmett Till, say his name. Denise, Addie Mae, Carol, and Cynthia, the 4 girls that died in the 1963 Birmingham church bombing over racism, the Ku Klux Klan in the church bombing. Say their names. Fred Hampton, Medgar Evans, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, despite Malcolm X was killed by his own people. What the heck is this? And then Trayvon Martin, Ahmaud, George, Michael Brown, um, Felipe. I don't know his name, but he was a cafeteria worker. He's a lunchman, and I remember early on Facebook, I remember seeing a picture of a black man who used to serve free food for the police in Louisville, Kentucky. But unfortunately, after turning after the positive things that he did for the police a few years later or something, months, weeks, we don't know. The police that this man served for free. Like he has love for the police, trying to keep them going. The police force fired shots at him. Shots fired. It's like next thing you know, we're gonna have another 187 in progress. We gonna have another screw the police. Will you stop thinking about negative things like that? Maybe if we stop breaking the law, no. That's not the case. Racism, aka bigotry, leads to animosity. Animosity leads to confusion, but at the same time, revenge and retaliation. But keeping your mouth shut over it, like being told to shut the heck up over it, is not going to be enough. Because the person that would tell you to shut the heck up, you probably would do something bad to them. Like you would probably pimp slap her, or end the friendship. But then what happens later? Like let's say a drive-by shooting took place. All because the person you had to deal with that told you to shut up too many times, like mind your business, keep your mouth shut, don't you snitch on me, don't Tekashi 6ix9ine. They decided to shut you up for real, forever. Will there be justice? No, not 100%. That's why a lot of people are seeing random things taking place. That's why they listen to older songs from back then that had a message. Like, for example, The Temptations, A Ball of Confusion. Some believe that a change is going to come for the better, not for the worse, by Sam Cooke. Haven't we thought about that? A change going to come by Sam Cooke? Haven't we thought about Getting Up, Getting Out, and Getting Something by Outkast and Goody Mob? Haven't we thought about standing up for our rights like Bob Marley and the Wailers? Why we have to do some dumb things? Even Ice-T was really fed up with what's going on in the society. But this was from the 80s. And which leads me to read you a verse from Ice-T's song Squeeze the Trigger, which was heard on the film Colors in 1988 when Frog and the 21st Street Gang killed Don Cheadle's character Rocket and the Crips, the Crip DeVilles. And this lyric goes like this. Cops hate kids, kids hate cops. Cops kill kids with warning shots. What is crime? What is not? What is justice? I think I forgot. We buy weapons to keep us strong. Reagan sends guns where they don't belong. The controversy is thick and the drag is strong. But no matter the lies, we all know who's wrong. Homeless sleep on the city streets, waiting to die with nothing to eat, while rich politicians soak their feet in the pools at their $10 million retreats. People hate people for color of race. No one had a choice in the race we were placed. For example, a brother in Queens was beaten and chased, got killed in the street of dead gum strays. murdered cold in the streets of dead gum disgrace. Just because of his race, his life went to waste, and no one went to jail when the court heard the case. Doesn't that sound like what's going on right now? Justice or corruption, it's all interlaced. How can you swallow this? I can't stand the taste. Squeeze the trigger. Now imagine what it'd be like if someone decided to play that while everybody is rioting and protesting at the same time. The police would have absolutely nothing to do but to shoot rubber bullets or kill them for real. I mean, riots. What will it take to stop it? What will it take for us to stop killing each other? What will it take for the police to see that we all are not guilty? We're not juvenile. Well, if we keep our eyes on the prize, you will see how far the life that we live, because we love to survive. We love to see people make it. But in 2020, it's the opposite. We are the worst. And it's more than just black folks. It's everybody around this whole dang world, mostly the US of A. We got the highest cases of COVID-19, and for Memphis and Nashville, they got 5,000 plus. But we're not worried about that right now. We are worried about peace. No peace, no justice. And without peace, without justice, we are all going to continue to be struggling and disgusted. Dusted and disgusted. Like E40. But why would I be talking about some rap tunes when I'm talking about real life issues? I mean, imagine what it would be like if we had to recreate the death of Emmett Till. No, I don't want to think about it. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to think about it. As much as we do not want to think about coming up with a way to recreate all the bad things that's been taking place. I mean, I don't want to think about fascism, no communism. I don't want to think about none of those cruel words. And I don't want to think about locked up or death. All because of a misconfusion. Like, oh, he was resisting. No, he was not. Why on earth you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my gosh. Let's say someone decided to bring that meme back to life over these real life issues. And people saying we have to get ready to dress in all black. Heck. And there's more to the story than that. Hold on a sec. Nah. That light ain't gonna do any good. Sorry. I had to kill a spider on the wall. But anyway, it's more than like wearing black. I mean, everybody's planning to wear black because it's like all black lives matter. I mean, the lives matter routine. It was more than just black. People be biting it. Black lives matter. White lives matter. Red lives matter for the Indians. Blue lives matter. That's for the cops. I mean, the only thing that matters is God. He matters the most. But we never came unto him. When we are weak and we have heavy laden. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. We did not do that. That's why we're frustrated. That's why we are falling apart. No grace leads to no justice. No justice to no peace. No peace, no brighter future. And we're already about to plan on leading ourselves to our own Armageddon. This is our doing. What happens if the police staffs were not racist? Not all police officers are racist. Prove. Who do you know that's not a corrupt cop, Taylor? For example, I will give you some. Dominic Moore, Braxton Simpson, Chris Van Diver, Jeremy Douglas. What's up, JD? And who else? Oh, Hakeem Hart. And let's not forget Chastity Strayhorn. But they were all police officers. And they're from my town, Milan, Tennessee, that is. But listen, since I named those cops, I mean it. They're not racist. And some of them, I went to school with them. Man, if they heard this right now, they're going to be like, wait, did he just call my name? And did he say I'm not racist? Look, I never thought I would be in a position to talk for the police in my town. But I know that almost all the cops in Milan are not racist. I don't know the entire staff. I don't know the Milan Police Department as much. I remember getting pulled over by a police officer for speeding. And that was my fault. That was 2 years ago. I moved on. But the only thing stupid about us is that after we get a ticket, we start tripping. Screw the police coming straight from the underground. A young Negro got it bad because I'm brown. Will you stop that? You're not NWA. You're not Ice Cube. You're not Eazy-E. You're not Dr. Dre. You're not DJ Yella. You're not MC Ren. Stop. You're just you. Accept the ticket and be quiet and move on. I paid my debt. Driving school. But before that, I went to court date. $110 is a whole lot of money to waste, especially when you're in driving school. But you have to pay the price. I mean, why can't all individuals do that? That was the key. That's the key to what causes the cops to see our weakness. And to top it all off, the main reason why it was like this, the whole situation, like why cops are so corrupt to all mankind, mostly blacks, is because we are living in a world that is surrounded by cameras. But God too is the camera. He's watching our every movement. But the other cameras, as some people would call the Illuminati. Now, honestly, when you think of why the world is messed up, some have a mixture between reasonings. Not learning a thing or two from your parents and acting wild even after you get kicked out of your own family's home and you started going off, and you blame it on the parents. Others, you blame it on your friends, your crew. And not to mention, gangs already reunited. They just squashed the beef and they got back together. Just like the Bloods and Crips in 1992. Now we got the Vice Lords and the Gangster Disciples, the GDs, uniting as one. That's like some black We Are the World stuff right there. For black folks are getting killed every day by police officers, but others blame it on the devil, which is the number one person I would believe in, because Satan is real. He's the mastermind of all evil deeds. And when it comes to comparing all the evil deeds to the Illuminati, well, the Illuminati is really powerful. Everybody's been talking about it, like conspiracy theories. But how much conspiracy do we have to face when it comes to police brutality? It's not good. I don't want to see my friends or family get killed by the police officers. I mean, as a Christian, you're supposed to provide. And even when you deal with police officers, you need to be 100% honest, calm. You know what? I messed up. Or even if you see them, just wave at them. But don't be manipulated. It's like if you're being manipulated, some people will think that you're a sellout. No! Will a sellout wear this hat? No. Now, this is what I want for black people to do. This is the good example. A graduation cap. You getting your diploma. You getting your what they call it? Oh yeah. You get your bachelor's. But first you get your associates, then you get your bachelor's, then you get your master's, then you get your doctorate. Or you could see yourself further ahead. You know, like the old musicians used to do. Do 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 shooby doo doo shoo doo, and ending up platinum or gold. This is what I want for some folks. You know what I'm saying? And that was a prop, by the way. Like, what happened to holding hands? Holding hands. We shall overcome. What happened to those days? Paris said it best. Rapper Paris. He said it best. It ain't the same as the days of old. So the songs that I think should be played more often during this time period, this revolutionary period, the blacks taking over by standing strong and trying to prove that the society has got them messed up for the longest time. Remember Last Days by Onyx? Try to hear that version. Hear the original version or the version when they collaborated with Dead Prez. I mean, I'm taking my own life into my own hands. I'm America's nightmare. Red, black, and green and don't give a dang. I mean, you can fuss and fight about cops. You can get mad at them all you want. But what about you? Would you take a stand? Would you survive? And if not, how you going to be remembered? Another victim that's been in the wrong place at the wrong time? Or would you stand strong and be like, I've been in this position before. If they want me dead, then I'm going to have to prove them wrong. Because if I die for this country, I die for the black man. Come on now. It's more than that. All we have to do as the people is try to stay away from all dumb things that's taking place. And like I said before, all policemen are not racist. You just don't know, because you never know exactly which one you can rely on. Because if you get on their bad side, that's your fault. I mean, but if you're black, you're going to have to be like, okay, this is a game. This is a test. This is like Pac-Man. And once, like, let's say that the big dot was a hideout or your home. And they're searching. No, they would not. Because without reason, how how you going to prove that you're innocent? We're watched every day. I'm watching you. You're not going nowhere. You're going to get caught one day. And when that happens, what will happen? You'll be laughing. I don't want to hear that laugh. All I want to all I want to do, and I speak for myself, is just to stay out of harm's way. And if that's the case, then why not take a step? Like, step out the house. Like, even though it's gonna be tough, you just take a few deep breaths. You just try to be like, okay, I wonder what life is like. And even imagine what life is like when you're gone. I mean, without police brutality and without hard-headed mistakes that we've made that leads to police getting on our bad side, and even through bigotry, racism, and animosity, we all have a price to pay. We're all God's property. God looks at us for when we're right and when we're wrong. He gives us blessings, and He's also giving us a warning. You step to my path, I would easily give you a lesser lifespan. And He's been giving lesser lifespans for a couple millenniums. For millenniums. I mean, this world is nothing new. There's no escape from violence. There's no escape from racism. And there's no escape from humiliation. Unless you say that you've had enough. Because honestly, if I was a protester, I would say I had enough. But when I feel like I'm uncomfortable based on the dangerous paths we're living through, I want to break out, like go home, because you went far enough, and if you don't want to end up dead or locked up, you need to take yourself home. All you can do is pray for the families and victims of the African American individuals that passed on. You can pray for justice. But if this is a dream, justice coming true, all police officers responsible getting charged, and that does not mean suspended without pay. No, as in like locked down for life, 25 to life, or maybe even 15. It's still going to be a hard thing to adjust, a hard thing to balance, because we got more police officers around. We have to thank them for their service. But if they're corrupt, as Ice Cube said on Tales from the Dark Side, the Endangered Species, they serve, protect, and break a Negro's neck. And that's what they did to George Floyd. And if I was a policeman, I would not want to be on that position. I don't want to be critiqued as a corrupt cop. I don't want to be that way. As much as I don't want to be dead by anybody, any criminal who would want to pull a gun on a police officer. What's the point of being violent? What's the point of being racist? There's no need for that. That's what the black black people are screaming. There's no need for that. No need. But if y'all choose to stay alive, then right on. You know what I'm saying? All you could do is just think. Because the mind is a terrible thing to waste. But Malcolm X said it best. By all means necessary. And whatever that meant is like, no matter what you do, no matter where you go, anything can happen by all means necessary. Just like a church song. Whatever you do in word or deed, do all in the name of the Lord. So just think about it. Think about what I'm saying. And if you like what I'm saying and you feel like I'm up to something, like, just let me know how you feel on these issues, and like, does it bother you to think about how corrupt the system is, or how bad America has turned out? Because Childish Gambino did the right thing, but he ain't gonna tell you. So we had to. It's like a way of saying, look, I am not telling you what the song is about. I mean, y'all seen the video. Y'all figured this out on your own and see where I'm going with this. And YouTubers watched it, and they understand what it is. People shooting, the Jim Crow thing, and shooting. And the kid with the red towel takes the gun, as in a way of saying, okay, don't tell nobody. The gun, no fingerprints. I don't leave no sticky fingerprints. And all of the madness is taking place in the background while Childish Gambino is dancing. I mean, the society is getting wicked. And we ain't got the right to say something. We ain't got the right to say, stop. Why can't we stop the violence? That's on y'all to figure this out. Because I know for a fact that I've been in a position where a lot of people were out in the open. And this was 3 years ago. And I never forgot October 2017 at Tennessee State University. A parade, like a homecoming parade, just took place. And then all of a sudden, people started freaking out. As in, oh no! As in someone's shooting up the place. I remember I was there. My heart was beating fast, like, man, what's going on? I'm lucky that nobody was killed. Nobody. But to ruin a parade is kind of like ruining an African American reputation in the American life that we live. There is no way we can escape this madness. But if there was, it would be all in the minds. So use your mind wisely, my brothers and sisters. And other races too. Use your minds. Be safe. Try not to end up dead or locked up. All because you support the Black Lives Matter movement. And even when you clench your fist up, like, power to the people, right on, right on. Be careful. Because I'll be darned if everybody has a target. From their forehead to the heart. All I know is that there will be a solution. There will be a way to end this madness. But until then, you have to stay focused, stay aware, and stay tuned to what's going on. Because we never know when we're going to go from a bullet. Because bullets ain't got names. Some do, but not all. With all that being said, if you like what you're hearing, please like this video. Understand me. Understand how it goes. And even if you want to speak your mind about some things, just comment. Share on other social media networks such as Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and many more. And of course, for those that's watching under my YouTube channel, SUBSERIBE, subscribe, and there will be more in stores. With all that taken care of, this is yours truly, Taylor Jones, signing out.